Sometimes it's cool just to go meet a couple of guys that have never tried anything before, tried what you got on a shooting range, and introduce them to a different world. And I got to do that. And I got to do that with 2011s and something a little different. I am out here at the home of Dr. Alex Chapman. He's my dentist. And we've come out here because I've got two individuals that have never shot a wide body before. So I brought them a couple of wide bodies, some Staccatos, some Chambers pistols. Let's party. So greetings YouTube, lock and load ninjas, interwebs at large. I met a couple of people. I was looking for a dentist, and I ran into somebody who recommended a dentist to me and put me together with a dentist, but it turned out both my dentist and the guy I ran into are gun guys, right? Now, my first guy I met, he's actually a purveyor of dental supplies. He's a territory sales representative for a dental company. His name is Dunn. Brett has a competitive shooting background, and he uses primarily single stack 45 ACP 1911s, sort of like this one that he built right here, based on an ATI platform. And one of those things where he took the basic gun and built it up. I think he spent about $1,800 building it up. It's a lovely pistol. I wish I had filmed us shooting it because it is a great pistol. But he had never shot a double stack, but he knew about double stacks. As a matter of fact, he follows the show, and he was very interested in the Chambers PHAT WMG-C, which is my Chambers gun. Although I do have a single stack 45 ACP coming. This was intriguing to him because you don't find very many of these out there. 'Tis a rare beast, you might say. So I let him look at it. I had it in the car, I let him look at it. And yeah, he was smitten. I said, would you like to go shoot one day? And well, he said, yeah. Then there's my dentist, Dr. Alex Chapman of Chapman Dentistry. Now, Dr. Chapman, while he is a gun guy, he owns guns, he keeps guns throughout the office and various things, believes in the Second Amendment. Not quite the experienced shooter, as you will see. His first grip on the guns when we started was natural. And like anything, when you grip something naturally, the first thing that you're going to do is you're looking to grip it securely. But you'll see what I'm talking about. But I decided to take them to the range, which it was actually Alex's range, Dr. Chapman's range, and I took the Chambers PHAT WMG-C, and I also took the Staccatos, the Staccato P 4.4, the Staccato C2. And I let them shoot them, and I got their impressions of these, and it was interesting. Let's talk about Brett. Let's take a look at what he did. So what do you like about that again, Brett?
Blind bill.
I think the gun shoots really well. I like the way it handles, I like the way it feels. It's got just a slight click in the disconnector. Where the disconnector comes up and hits the slide, it's just got a little bit of a click there right before the trigger breaks. You can feel that. Other than that, it's spot on and fantastic. I like the way it feels and handles.
All right, Brett, what do you think about the Chambers gun?
Well, unquestionably, obsessively accurate would be a very poignant description. The slide is incredibly smooth. There's no play in the gun at all, and the trigger is absolutely perfect. There isn't any creep in the trigger. There isn't any grit in the trigger. There's take up on it, and then it breaks solid like it's supposed to.
Interesting observations from somebody that has shot a gun a lot and has built guns, and he's sort of a gunsmith in his own right. I mean, I was impressed with his pistol, which there it is again. Now, Dr. Chapman, on the other hand, not quite at that level, but very enthusiastic and wanted to learn. And I'm going to let's look at what he was doing naturally. Now, one thing I will tell you, even though for all of you purists that are going to get out there and say, his grip was completely messed up. His grip was an instinctive grip. Okay? I've seen it many times. You probably have too. And we, Brett and I, did give him a few pointers. Now, the whole time he's shooting, though, he's hitting the target. We were shooting at a cardboard target. It was not a B8, but it was a silhouette, and we were shooting at about 15 yards, and he was all center mass. So we did show him a couple things. I didn't film that either, but I was really slack on this one, but I just thought it'd be interesting to look at this. But here is Dr. Chapman and his impressions of these pistols.
This is the first one that I shot, the Chambers. I haven't shot a Chambers 1911 before. It seemed to be the easiest to shoot, especially for follow-up shots. It seemed really clean and intuitive, and it just fit really well in my hands. I liked the way the trigger felt, and the sights just seemed really easy to bring right on target. I probably shot my tightest groups with it. So this is a Staccato P. I liked it. It seemed like just a very nice, simple, clean gun. It was easy to figure out how to shoot as well. The trigger was a little stiffer than the Chambers, but it was pretty predictable. I definitely, I liked it a lot. I liked the iron sights on it a lot too.
Oh.
So I guess this is the Staccato C2. I shot it. It seems definitely more compact than the other Staccato, but it fired pretty well also. A little harder to control, but I probably just need to work on my technique a bit.
Well, it's lighter too. It's aluminum versus steel.
Very nice.
It's designed for carry comfort. Its predecessor, the Staccato C, was the carry gun of the year last year. Okay. But it only had 8 rounds.
I think the big takeaway when you're looking at somebody that is either seasoned or perhaps a novice when it comes to shooting is that it really comes down to getting out there and trying it and doing it. And repetition is going to build up that technique. Dr. Chapman, we're going to shoot again. He also likes striker-fired guns. He carries striker-fired guns in his office. His office would be the safest place to be in a zombie apocalypse, believe me. Not only does he have plenty of weapons and ammo, he also has a drum kit, so while I'm sitting there thinking this is the end of the world, he could also do a couple of Buddy Rich solos for me. So that's, hey, got that going for me. So as far as the guns, well, of course, the Staccatos were the Staccatos. The Chambers was definitely the Chambers. We're about to start the biggest thing about this that I regret with the Staccato P 4.4, because between the two Staccatos, I told you that this is the better shooter, and it's because it's heavy or heavier, and it's longer, and yeah. But I didn't get it cut for an optic because I'm really getting into the optics mounted guns. Of course, this is lighter, but it's a better carry gun, and it's pretty doggone accurate. So suffice to say, we shot about 300 rounds, and those gentlemen had a really good time. And we're going to do it again, first chance we get. Let's go look at a few comments. First up, from the, I believe this is the one about the C2 on the range, the Staccato C2, you also need to mention the other difference in the C2 that has an alloy frame from One Fog. I completely neglected to mention that, but you were kind enough to mention that in the comments, so thank you very much. alloy frame, very much lighter. It's very easy to carry. Whew. Same comment though on the same stream, or the same thread rather, from Javier Lycourt. If I were a firearm manufacturer, I would sign you for a 4 times to 10 times a year contract. Javier, do you know anybody that might be hiring? Then, coming from the Mech Tech CCU carbine conversion unit video, from a very good YouTube gun channel, MD Polo gun channel. And I picked this one just because if you haven't checked his channel out, it's MD Polo gun channel. Very interesting, especially if it continues to be reliable. I'd love to try one. Thank you for sharing. That was my pleasure, MD. Thanks very much for checking it out. And then, finally, from Papa D, Papa D, I appreciate you watch every video that I put out. I really do appreciate it. He wants to know which safe company sponsors me. None. But I'm always open. So, I'm very, I'm very much aware of when this video is coming out and what's going on in the United States right now today with this election and everything. And let's just wait it out and see. For those of us that come down on my side of the Second Amendment argument, we have our preferences, and we're going to have to leave that to the Trump administration, I guess. But let's have a little patience, see how this plays out. In the meantime, of course, the radio show will still be out there, Lock and Load with Bill Frady, on Genesis Communications Network. This will still be here. And I just got remonetized. So, that's good. But if you like this kind of content, and I hope you do, give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. The last video I put out, 92% of you that looked at that video were not subscribers. Think of it. So, if you would subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Hit the bell, and hit the bell for all notifications. When you hit it, it'll have a little pop-up menu. Pick one on the top. Then you might, and then if you did it and you still don't get my videos, email me and let me know why, or contact me here on the channel, comment on a video or something. And if you like, tell me what you think about introducing new shooters to different kinds of guns. I'd like to know about that too.